All right, Griz Nation, we are back. This is the Fight on Montana podcast after a win. So, hey, it's a good day, right?
Absolutely. It's a good Victory Sunday. Hell
Victory Sunday. And what a game. But, hey, guys, we will get into the game and who we're playing this week as we're recording on a Sunday. But first, let's get into some other sports that have been happening you might not know about. Soccer. They just played today. Their conference record, right? Or not conference record, sorry. Overall record is 4-2-1. They played UC Davis today. They came out on top in Davis, California, 1-0.
Heck yeah.
So they will play this Thursday in Missoula against Gonzaga. So definitely if you're in there over in Missoula on Thursday, 4 p.m. at the South Stadium, definitely go support the ladies. But then they'll play Sunday again in Missoula, and they'll play Washington State. So that's usually, and I think that's the one team that we've played in the tournament that we've lost to a couple times.
We played them in Pullman too when we lost to them.
Yep. So that'll be definitely some revenge to get them here in Missoula. So
it'd be nice to get that W on them because I'm sure the coach would really like to see that after losing them in the tournament.
Yeah. Well, and those are their last two non-conference games. After this week, they are headed into the most important part of their conference schedule. So.
Well, they should be ready considering all these like big teams that they're playing.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think about Coach Javitsky scheduling all these hard teams, but like we say, iron sharpens iron. If you want to play up in there, and that's what he wants to prepare them for. I think it's cool that he does that.
Yeah, well, and I think it's an area where you can take your team and really test them, and I think that it's a testament to what they're building too with that soccer program. I think everybody knows about it. It's not a secret. And so, volleyball, man alive. They have been on a streak, guys. If you did not know, they started out 0-3. They have since won 6 matches. They are 6-3. Let me scroll down. They played Indiana State, swept them 3-0. They played Butler and swept Butler 3-0. And then they played Eastern Illinois and they beat them 3-1 this week in Terre Haute, Indiana. It's weird that we're going to be playing Indiana State this weekend for football. So
yeah. Well, and I saw in here that it said Montana's on a 6-match winning streak for the first time since 2006.
Yeah.
So that's pretty freaking awesome. Those ladies are playing some good volleyball right now.
Yep. This coming week, they will be in Spokane, Washington to play Gonzaga. And then they will go on the Friday, they'll go to Cheney, Washington and play Seattle. So definitely.
They're not playing Eastern and Cheney?
Nope. It doesn't say that.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says Seattle here. It doesn't say Eastern Washington.
It's another tournament or something, is it?
Well, it doesn't even say. Does Eastern Washington even have? Oh, yeah, they do. They have Eastern Washington later in the year.
Huh. That's just interesting that they'd be playing that team in Cheney. So.
Well, it's kind of interesting because they have. We're playing Spokane. In Spokane at Gonzaga. So maybe they're like, hey, we'll meet you halfway with Seattle and Cheney. Maybe that they wanted to save some. I don't know.
That's a good possibility. Or maybe that team's coming through there and they're like, hey, let's play. Who knows?
Yeah.
Or maybe their gym's under construction or
I don't know. Interesting. Maybe they're like, hey, we're actually over there. Instead of you coming playing us here, we'll just play in Eastern Washington. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. If they can get those, they're going to be headed into conference play after those 2 games this week. Definitely definitely win those two, and you'll be smooth and sail going into the conference schedule. So
yeah, I'm going in on a heater.
Yeah, we're 8-3 going in. That would be awesome.
Pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, it would be. And so that's all I have for the Griz roundup. Luke, I know you have something for the basketball.
Oh yeah. So the is there a train? Do you keep hearing the train horn?
Sorry, that's my phone.
Oh, okay. I was like, I was like, what? I was like,
when my son was really, really little, he loved trains.
Oh, okay.
And so I had a train as my ringtone. Awesome. They have ringtones anymore now.
Yeah, they still do. It's just everybody keeps their phone on silent.
There you go. But so sorry about that, guys.
It's all right. I was like, like on radio shows when they have like the those little horns, things like that.
Yeah, I'm pressing the dials over here.
Plus, I'm bad. Like I hear something, I'm like, squirrel. What was that? Terrible. No, so on as I think I said this last week, November 15th, the Lady Griz are playing the Jacks in Rapid City, where I live. So this is my shout out to all those people in Denver, Billings, anybody in South Dakota, Wyoming, Nebraska that are Griz alum or Griz fans. Come up here and check that game out. We're trying to pack as many Griz fans as we can in there. I'm actually going to meet with the director of the Alumni Association next week to get like a pregame tailgate party going. Awesome. And the Griz happen to be playing on the road at Portland State that weekend because it's the weekend before the Cat game.
Okay.
So that game's at 3:00. The plan is to have a tailgate party, watch the Griz play, and then the Lady Griz play at 6:00. So, by the fourth quarter, we should be blowing out Portland State.
Yeah, we should.
And then we all go over and watch that. So I'm just throwing it out there early. There'll be more information coming as we get things organized, but the plan is to have the tailgate party at a hotel that's right next to the main venue. So if you're having beverages and stuff, you can just walk over, stay at the hotel, all that stuff. But more to come on that, but just wanted to kind of shout it out early. If you're in the area or you're thinking about doing that, come on over. So
that's awesome. Definitely. Basketball is another love of mine that I just love, but I can't wait to see what the Lady Griz do with their new coach, and we'll have to see if we can get him on and kind of introduce him. And yeah, that'd be awesome.
Well, and that's what since Adam and I we have this little podcast and this we're able to reach a few people out there. I'm totally going to use it for that. I was like,
exactly.
Exactly. So if we need to bring him on and promote it or whatever we can to help promote a little basketball too, it's like, why not?
Exactly.
All we want is, just to bring Griz Nation everywhere we can and, support the Griz as best we can too. So
that's awesome. Well, cool guys. We had a football game this weekend. Came out on top. So 24-23.
I have a question for you, Adam.
Yes.
I know you shut your phone off because you had to do some stuff during the game. Later.
Yeah.
When you did turn it on, how bad was did it just like a slot machine going off? Because there's a group text that you and I are in with another person.
Yeah.
And I know how much we were going back and forth because we were freaking out at times. And I thought about that later. I was like, oh boy, Adam's going to turn his phone on. And he's got like pages and pages of texts and things to read through. I was just like, oh my gosh.
Well, I turned my phone on and I was watching the game, and all of a sudden it's like it does like the little like and all I see is the one where you said effing Brooks Davis.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I think that's probably a good sign.
Yeah. So well, let's just talk about that. So when Brooks scored that touchdown at the end to go ahead, it's funny because my wife and I were watching the game together. She has to leave like at the beginning of the fourth quarter because like all the neighborhood kids are outside in front of our house.
Yeah.
And they're like, they wanted McDonald's and stuff. She's like, look, you keep watching. They're hungry. I'm going to go get a McDonald's. So she leaves and my daughter goes with her. And, the fourth quarter's going on. And we know what happens in the fourth quarter. Well, first we get, the 4th and 12. And it throws the pass and our tight end, we get that first down. I'm freaking out. And and yelling and screaming. But then when he throws that touchdown to Brooks and he catches it, I scream, Brooks effing Davis, and just start screaming, F yeah, and screaming. And I run down the hall and I look up and there's like 4 little kids staring in our dorm door. And I was like, hi, sorry about that. Griz are winning. And I ran back to the TV. I was just like, oh my gosh. I was embarrassed. It was like, didn't know they left the front door open. I get a little emotional, a little excited. And yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so I felt bad. Apologize for my profanity and excitement. It's like those signs you see that say, don't call the cops, we're just watching,
yeah, exactly.
Team. It's like
exactly. We all know that.
Oh boy. But what a game. Like the emotional roller coaster there throughout the game, and just it was a battle till the end.
I imagine what I went through watching that game. I can't imagine the players, their resiliency that they had to have to do that.
I just said that word, resilience. Like
resilient, yeah.
After the game, I posted on Twitter. I was like, "Word of the day, resilience." That's just it is what they showed to us as resilience,
and some growth. I think. So
big time. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No. Go ahead.
So there was some other people who were commenting on this, and I agreed with them 100%. I saw a lot of people saying this that I grew up right there. Like that
totally.
Again, so this is why I wanted to talk about this real quick before we get into the game.
Yeah,
we were preaching this last year
when
we kept yanking him out and putting whatever his name is back in and stuff. I forget people so fast when they leave the team. I'm like, yeah, he's gone. Fife, thank you. I didn't want to call him my other name. So
wasn't it Chipmunk?
Yeah, sure. So so terrible. But they keep, they were pulling Fife. I mean, for both of them, it's just terrible because you do something, you're like, oh my God, if I screw up, I'm yanked and stuff. And no one get this rhythm and learn from their mistakes. And this year in these 2 games, we can see him growing in the game even and getting more confidence and learning stuff. And it's night and day. And I just wonder to myself, I'm like, what if they would have, we shouldn't think about what ifs, but what if they would have just used last year as just let him learn and stuff? It's like,
I had that same conversation with a friend and just said, I just imagined if we would have done this last year.
How much further along would he be?
How much further along he would be this year?
Thank you. Yeah, it's we will never know, but it just kind of frustrates me. It's like, man.
Yeah. But and you can downplay he's only has 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Yeah, well, some of those interceptions were not his fault. Sorry, but I'm not going to make any excuses. But some of those, like the Bohannon one where he had it and fell to the ground and basically like coughed it up, and the guy was like right there, and I'm like, what just happened?
That's just dumb luck. I mean, that's just
one of those. What? Yeah. I was like, okay, yeah, and then I was like, wait a minute, what did I just see? Like, did that just happen?
There's weird ones like that where the ball jumps and bounces off a guy's foot and lands right in the. It's just like that was just a dumb luck interception.
So one thing, I had a friend there that I was talking to today, and he said, "Man, you should have heard some of the things that were being said earlier in the game when Fife wasn't doing as well." Yelling, take him out.
Fife, you mean
sorry. You got me all mixed up. Yeah. No, and I'm like, why?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
I'll tell you why right now. So there's times I will shut off notifications on my phone and other things during the game because there's a lot of people that never played sports. Yeah. And if they face any bit of adversity, they give up quick or they go, switch to the other thing. It's just like they don't realize that you have to work through that adversity.
Yeah.
And power through it and keep grinding and keep playing. And sometimes, eat the turd sandwich and just suck it up and pull your britches up and keep going. I mean, like it happens. There's a lot of people that would just give up. I'm like, oh, that's over. It's just, one little piece of adversity. Game's over. We lost.
Yeah.
No, you can't have the mentality when you're playing high college athletics at the highest level here. you have the mentality of, like they say, flush it. You just got to go to the next play and always have that confidence. Like, okay, I screwed up. Okay, next play. I'll do better this time. It's just that constantly doing that. And if you have that mentality, it allows you to do things like this. You're never out of it. That whole chip in a chair, man. All I need is one chip in a chair, and I have that possibility. Yep. And so, speaking of that,
you gotta have the Ted Lasso reference. Be a goldfish.
Yeah,
have the mindset of a goldfish and just forget about it and move on.
Forget about it. And so, because of that, I love that they put out the whole win probability thing.
Oh yeah, wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's been all over the place, and it's just like you look at it. So at 4th and 12, with 2 minutes remaining in the game, the win probability for North Dakota was 94.2%, and the win probability for Montana was 5.8%. A few minutes later,
but that was only we had the ball though. Like
we had the ball, but it's 4th and 12 with 2 minutes left.
Yeah,
that's why it was flipped out that far.
Wow.
The chances of us getting a 4th and 12 when we haven't all day, that's why that probability was so spiked. Instantly, it spikes the other way in a few minutes, and we're at 100%. So that's my whole never count yourself out. Chip in a chair, as long as you have just a little bit, you never know what you can do.
Well, it was interesting because on the game, I don't know what the guy's name is, the commentator, and then Tripp, they were like, oh, they're not going to snap it. They're going to try to get him off sides. And then when they did, they're like, oh, they're going, okay, let's go.
So
they were surprised.
Saying that, I was yelling at the TV going, no, they're running it. They're doing it. They're running a play. They're not the way they were doing it. I was like, they're not. They kind of did a fake snap just to kind of almost like when UND did the whole fake spike thing that really threw everybody off.
Yeah.
They were seeing if they could get them, but they were still running the play. You could tell that everybody was set. They were ready. It wasn't just like the linemen weren't sitting back in their stance. Everybody was ready and poised when it was go time.
That was a beautiful play too.
But it was great because it did give that appearance to UND almost too, that hey, they're not going to run this. I think they thought that too. Okay, and then when they did, it was, oh crap, we gotta go.
Yeah,
which in turn helped get Gale open and stuff to get that pass. So God, that was huge and ballsy. I think I screamed, Jesus, that was ballsy. That was just holy cow. But hey, if you want to win and go, you got to go for it sometimes. You got to put all your chips on the table and just go for it.
Go all in.
Yeah,
man. Well, let's go into this game a little bit. Let's go into some of the stats. Here we go. Come on.
All right, I got one more thing that popped in my head. Sorry, looking the stats up. So, if you're watching the YouTube right now, you can see there's this awesome picture of Brooks Davis when he caught the second TD for us to go ahead. I love looking at this picture too, because you see all the fans in the background and stuff. There's Kyle Hansen filming it. If you can't see the cheerleaders in our face, you hear their looks on their face. The guy on the far right in the orange right now,
and orange is holding his face,
with face over the. He's doing the what is that? Almost like the cobra pose and stuff.
Yeah,
seeing all of Griz Nation staring right there, about to explode. All their faces they're oh, it's just what a picture that whoever captured this. Just I wish we had photo credit right now. It's unbelievable, but. I found my parents in it. They were at the game, and I screenshot it, sent it to them. But just looking at this, what a moment in time, to grasp that. And so, here's where I'm going with this whole thing. What this reminded me of, we had a little bit of a breakout game for our boy Brooks Davis, who we were talking about was going to break out. Huge game, 2 TDs, and you're going to get into the stats. But I was sitting here reflecting on it this morning, and I was all of a sudden reminded of Kaylee's dad, Brian Ayat, and Raul Pachenko. Those two. That was such a tandem back in the day.
Yep.
And in my mind, I was like, oh my gosh, that's what this could be. The Kaylee Ayat to the Brooks Davis tandem. I think that's what we're going to see again. Those two were just one. Those were his go-to is Raul Pachenko and Ayat. That was just huge. That's what, 29 years ago. when all that was going 29, 28, 27 years ago. And now we could have this again. I mean, think about this. Brooks Davis is a freshman.
Yep.
Bailey's a sophomore. Holy cow. Like if they both we're able to get them to both stay here, the things they could do after seeing this against a very, very talented opponent at UND.
They're very talented. Very talented.
Sky is the limit. Yeah, that was a very talented opponent. So
I
had that written down. I've been dying to talk about it. That relation, it just reminded me of that. I was like, oh my gosh, that's where I feel like we could see that again, where this is his go-to guy, kind of like Raul Pachenko was for Bryant, his dad.
Well, and we had conversations, and I think we said it on the pod too, just with our offense. Like, if you stop Gilman and you stop Wortham, what are we going to do? Somebody's got to be that third guy.
Right.
And Brooks, we knew that it was Luke and I were pro Brooks Davis. We saw his talent, and we knew that he was putting in what he needed to do. So this doesn't surprise us, but it just elevates our team a little bit more, because now the teams are going to have to game plan for all three of those guys, and then you're going to throw in Bohannon, and
he made some excellent catches.
Yeah, and Josh Gale.
We're seeing that was just an iceberg for Gale.
Yeah, I just think that if we continue to grow, we get some of the things that we'll probably talk about that we need to get kind of worked on. I think it'll be awesome to see.
Yeah, it's just I think a game like this can springboard the team's confidence.
Oh yeah,
and get them rolling.
Yeah,
it's just. I mean, there's.
Well, just know that they're not out of any game until they say that they're out of it.
Absolutely, that's what this does. So, pulling this game off gives you that confidence that we're never out of anything.
Yep.
Like we always have a chance. It's like they're Rocky right now is what the team's like. Pulling himself up, being able to take that final battle, and it's just awesome. I mean, you started naming off those. I mean, Deaver had an awesome catch. Dak is out there there's so much talent out there. And the two running styles of seeing Rocker and Gilman out there and stuff.
We did see Fonoti too as well. So
yeah, we did just a
tad
bit, but we did see him a little bit. So all right, I'm gonna let you get in the stats, man.
All right.
I've been wanting to talk about that all dang day. I was just like, oh man, when I thought about that this morning. So
let's get into the stats. First downs were very, very, very similar. 19-18 were favor of UND. They had 9 rushing touchdowns. We had only 4. We had 10 passing touchdowns. They had 8, and we had 4 penalties for first downs, and they had 2. Which the guy on Facebook, whatever, was challenging me about how we just basically won the game because of those pass interference calls. And I'm like, dude, you got it. Yeah. I understand there was some favorable calls, but both ways there were some calls that you have to look over the course of the game.
If they want to say that, there was also a call where one of our defensive linemen got tackled and they didn't
tackled or held constantly.
It would be a holding call, but they literally tackled him so that Kaminsky could get away. So I mean, it was all over there. So
So they had 202 rushing yards, and we had 68, which is something that we need to talk about. I think if you got it down, breakdown of first and second half, I believe they had 150 at halftime. I can check on Twitter here. Frank Gagola has that. But I know that the second half was better with the rushing aspect. Passing, we had 300 passing yards. They had 258. We had, let's see, going down here. Total offense, we had 368. They had 460, which is something that we need to get a little bit further down. That's a lot. They actually had 8 more plays than us as well. Penalties, 9 for 81 for UND and 7 for 63 for us. Going down here, man, they missed a PAT. That was huge.
Someone was texting me about that today. I think, it was Nate Little. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
You missed that beginning 52 minutes later. it was all the game right there. So
well, and he almost missed another one. My wife and I were. Well, my wife didn't watch the whole game, but she watched. She doinked it in, and I'm like, "What in the world?"
That's why I was so surprised when he made that field goal. Like he drilled that field goal. I was like, "Wow, that was impressive." So the close ones you have a hard time with. But,
the freebies.
hard ones away. You're just money.
Yeah. Possession of the time, I just thought this was weird because it felt like they had the possession a whole lot longer than this.
I agree.
They had it 30 minutes, 37 seconds. We had it for 29-23.
I see that. I brought up the stats to look at them with you.
Yeah.
And that was the first thing I noticed. I was like, what?
Yeah. Like, I just thought that was weird.
Much more skewed like last game. Like that's what I was expecting.
Because they had the ball a lot.
It sure felt like
and our defense, and that's another thing that I want to talk about too, is just our defense constantly being in there and just I think they were tired.
Well, it felt like they were on the field all the time. That's why I'm surprised the time of possession was so close because like for a while there, it felt like our offense was just 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm trying to here's halftime. So halftime rushing yards, they had 162.
Okay.
So
overall was 202. Oh yeah.
So second half was better. We limited 40 yards. So.
40 some yards. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's kind of the same thing that happened with Central Washington too, is that we kind of figured it out in the second half.
Yeah.
Third down conversion, we were 5 of 18. They were 6 of 18. We were 1 for 1 on fourth down. Yes.
Yeah. For a while, at the beginning of the game, like no one was converting third downs. Like we were shutting them down. They were shutting. I mean, that's what I saw. So I only got through, I think, the first quarter again today, because I like to rewatch the game again.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was just we were stymieing each other there on third down for a while. It was like there was just no movement and stuff. The defense at the beginning of the game, I was like, oh my gosh, this is just gonna be a defensive battle. That's what it felt like at first. So.
Yeah. They had 6 sacks. 6. We had 0.
Yeah. Well, I'll give that to Kaminsky. That guy, he moves out of the pocket quick.
Yeah.
And he's a hell of a quarterback. And we said that last week. That guy's really good.
Yeah, he's very good.
Might be one of the best quarterbacks we face all year. Like,
I think, Who would be a better quarterback?
So the reason I say that is I still don't know what Sac State has. And because I don't give a crap about the Bobcats, I have no idea who their quarterback is and what he is.
He's the Stanford transfer, I think.
Well, and I still do. So with them, I still don't know who he is because, like, I mean, yes, they played the Jacks. I didn't watch that game, but that one and this last weekend, it's like, well, that doesn't count. You're playing what they played, Mercyhurst.
They played no, Sac State played Mercyhurst. They played San Diego.
Oh, San Diego, yeah. My wife was like, who are they playing? I'm like, yeah, it's Pioneer School. They don't have scholarships.
Well, and Sac State was neck and neck with Mercyhurst for a while there.
I saw that.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that too.
I was like, oh my goodness.
But so, like, here's my biggest beef with the O-line.
Yeah, let's talk, because that's what I wanted to go into next is the O-line.
Okay, so the right side of the line, we're struggling with.
Like, very much.
Run blocking, pass blocking, everything.
Yes.
And also, like, I felt like there was some breakdowns in communications there, especially like the blocking assignments, who had, what person if they blitzed and things like that, because there were some guys getting through scot-free, and it didn't to me look like they were beating us. Some of it looked like I thought you had this and I thought I had this, like miscommunication almost, and that's not good. So that worries me a little bit. Now, I will say that, like, it seems like they get coached up and they do get better at times, because all of a sudden, like, he'll have a pocket and stuff. I feel like some of the blitzing that they were doing, they weren't ready for, like, our guys. Like, sometimes they'd come through untouched, it seemed like.
Well, we were just there was no push at all. And we were getting rolled over constantly. And like you said, it was that right side. But Ayat did not, in that first half and part of the second half, he had no time to throw or anything. He had negative 28 yards rushing, and that was from sacks.
And like so in the right away in the first quarter too today I was watching it. There was one big pass that Ayat threw to Davis, and what's his name? Blue. I'm trying to get
Blew it or whatever. Blew it.
Yeah. So blew it. He intercepted him.
Yeah.
And the problem was Ayat couldn't step into it. Like that was like the guys were there and he threw it and it got it there, but it was just slightly underthrown where he didn't actually get to step into it.
Yeah.
Which made a big difference. Now, I also saw that we kept going after that Blewett guy, and thank God we stopped.
Because he
was really good.
He's very good.
Very, very good player. And so the interesting part of the reason I bring that up about Blewett was later on in the game, I was texting with some people, and they're like, Ayat's only thrown to the left side of the field. And I was like, I don't know what the deal is here. Yeah. Well, Blewett's on the right side. I think we kind of went, you know what? He basically shut down half the field.
Well, he had two pass breakups, 2 interceptions, 4 tackles.
Yeah, and he was
all over the place.
He was just on our guys, and so that's the reason. It was just like, well, we can't deal with that. Let's go over here to the left. Now, the good thing was it set up the picture you're seeing right here. Because we did that, I think they started shifting. Hey, they're not going to throw over here. We need to get Blewett over there and like move them around. And then it just it worked out for us to go back over there. But I think that's why we went away from that. So
the offensive line. What do we do? Like, do we go to something? Well, we know that we've got to change something around where guys got where we can adjust that, right? Yeah. Or go to like what we did the following year where our gaps are a lot larger.
Blitz and stuff. I mean, the thing is like some of our run blocking was good. Now I'll give you the UND was blowing up our center.
Oh, so yeah.
Like if you watched when when we were running the ball, our success when we were doing the outside run, when Eli busted to the outside of rocker where they could actually get around outside the tackle, we actually had success. But that middle run that we just wouldn't give up on every first down, and we all of a sudden had second and forever, that was driving me up the wall. I was like, okay, I know we want to establish a run. Yeah. Running up the gut between the guards and stuff is not
working. Yeah.
Stop. Like, please stop. Excuse me. So, it's really that right tackle spot, though. We talked about it before. That just,
I feel like there's other guys available that we could get into. Sorry, my dog's coming and seeing me. But no way. There's got to be some guys. I know we have Free Toss that is there. I know that we have a couple other guys that could. Let's try them. Let's try to get these guys in.
So something that I found was interesting today, like that I saw, not on the film or anything, but a video just posted a few hours ago on all the social medias, and I shared it with you, Adam.
Yeah. Yep.
It's of the Victory Sunday, and it said like this was like a movie. It's an excellent video if you can watch it. 3 minutes long. But the one thing that I noticed in that, and I was really excited to see this, if you're watching it, towards the end, you're going to see our offensive line, and I think that's Cannon Panfiloff or it's number 62. I couldn't tell because it goes quick. And our offensive line coach, like getting after each other, like it looks like he's like, I'm ready, like. So I think our O-line coach, like I keep hearing things like he's your tip, he's like if you look up O-line coach in the dictionary, that's him right there. Yeah. I think he's not putting up with this, and I think he's getting after these guys, and I think they're going to have a hell of a week of practice. And the good thing is I think I'm really excited that we're playing Indiana State because it's going to give them a chance to gel some more and work on technique and things like that. Rather than like, let's say went from playing UND to South Dakota State or North Dakota State or
Idaho
or something like, it's like, that's not what we need right now. We're going to take this game, and there's lots of coaching moments. I mean, I'm so glad we pulled it off, but there's a lot of areas across the board there to work with the team, coach them up, and get them better. And that's the nice thing about having different teams in your schedule is then you can get a game like kind of a get right game here, hopefully, where they can get right and learn better technique and stuff before we go to play Idaho. So that's what I'm hopeful for.
Question for you, Luke, because I was thinking about it today. We've had, 3 offensive line coaches in the last 4 years?
Well, I mean, okay. Yes, 3. Germer was here forever.
Yeah, so you have Germer, then you had the other guy
for a year.
left, and then we have this guy. So, like, that has to play in a role of, hey guys, we've got to give some time for the new guy Norcross to kind of gel with these guys.
I agree,
and I think that you might see a little bit of an improvement this year, but going forward, I think we have to prioritize. We have to start prioritizing the offensive line like other people are doing. Like North Dakota State has an NLI just for their offensive linemen.
Well, so does
SDU.
The Hogs is what they call them.
Yeah.
I believe UND does too. It's part of their 701 thing that they do.
Yeah.
State.
And then also the neighbors, they just are developing talent. So I think we need to do something. I think, I don't know. I hope that the coaches and everybody else in the organization like actually sees that, because that's what's going to make us a better team and championship caliber team.
I think this O-line has a lot of potential.
I do too.
There was some, as much as they they need work. There was also flashes of really good stuff. Yeah. Where they're especially in the run blocking, there was times when they're chipping right. There's times when they're handing guys off on pass blocking correctly and stuff. There's other times when they just totally blow it.
Yeah,
and that's when it, and the crappy thing for all of them is it really shows up quick when all of a sudden the guy's through and he's right on top by Ayat and he's getting smashed and has no time.
Yeah.
Thank God Ayat's tough as nails too, and he's not getting hurt, because as you worry about that, and he's shaking it off. But they need to when they can form that pocket for him. He does so well. Like if he has time, and he can actually set up and make the throw, puts it right on the money.
Yep.
So it just and they're getting coached up on that and stuff. And I really think Norcross is the right guy, and I think we'll see a lot of improvement. I think this week's going to be a great week to work on those things and get coached up, especially leading into the Idaho game right after that. So
a couple of guys that I wanted to talk about. Wortham. He was getting targeted in the first half, but he was getting double teamed. I know that for a fact. Saw a lot of double teaming on him, which I think in the second half that kind of helped Brooks get started, where they were so focused on Gilman and so focused on Wortham that helped him. I think that's going to continue.
Well, the good thing is now that Brooks had the game that he had too, it's going to help those other players out.
Exactly.
Like, once they start seeing that, like, okay, because after the first game, you're thinking, oh, okay, if we just shut down Gilman and Wortham, they're ours. They don't have the other weapons.
Yep.
Oh, hey, guess what? We do that. We just haven't really shown you yet.
Yeah.
So that's the thing I think that's going to help is as we start, some of these other people start getting more catches and touchdowns. Like now, Brooks Davis is going to be on the the scouting report.
Yep.
Like, oh, hey, this is another guy we got to watch out for.
Yep.
And Bohannon's starting to show up there. And
Gale
is just he's not quite yet, but he'll be on there too soon enough. And that's the thing that we're going to start seeing more and more weapons. And then I really was impressed too with Rocker and like him catching it out of the backfield and some of that.
That's what I was just gonna say too. Is his hands are amazing. Outside there. So
I was surprised. I was like, I don't know. It felt like something was up with Eli. Like he, that pass there's one pass out in the flat in the first that was behind him and stuff, but usually he's grabbing that stuff, which was it's just I was just surprised like with how he played and stuff, but they were definitely like zone in on him. And that's the one thing he's going to have to be ready for. I think all season is teams are going to be gunning him like that. They're going to be watching every movement he does. So
it's interesting because you look at his stat line and he had 82 yards.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought he had 82 yards. That was a very, very quiet 82 yards.
Well, he had a long, it was only one long of 20, but he averaged 5.1 because where it felt that way was when we were giving the ball up the middle and he just was getting 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Where he was making his best gains was when he was running outside.
Hitting it outside. Yep.
Yeah. And running counter plays and stuff. That seemed like to be his best. It was interesting. Like I want to rewatch it. They've got Monty Gilman for 1 carry for -1 yard. And I don't remember seeing him in there. Like
I don't have him on here.
Oh,
they do. Yeah, they do.
1 for -1.
1 for -1.
Yeah, I was like, huh.
And
And Rocker, they have 4 carries for 6. And I was like, boy, it felt like he had the ball more. But if you go down, he had 4 catches for 22. And that's where I think, I started feeling that too.
Yeah. So, that's interesting. Yeah. So anything else for the offensive side of the ball? Because I want to get to some of the defensive side.
Yeah. So I really think that, some of our blocking schemes where we're bringing the tight ends is going to help a lot more too. And especially on that outside run game, that was huge. Yeah. And we did see a lot of our receivers blocking downfield, which I love seeing that. But I really think this is going to be a great film week for all of them getting coached up on and stuff where it's like, hey, we won, but here's all the stuff we got to fix. Like Houck loves that stuff. And where it's like, you have all those coaching moments and things to work off of and stuff. And that's what this game is. It's like, okay, we stood up to a ranked opponent. It was FCS game of the week. We pulled it out in the end. They definitely showed resilience. They didn't give up, which is awesome. Like you have a team that's not going to give up no matter what. Huge. Yep. Which also tells you to coach, we can keep pushing them. We can keep pushing them harder because they can do that. Like they're ready for that. And so now they can start pushing them even more, which is kind of exciting. This team has got a lot of potential because of that.
Well, and one thing that the play calling for the offensive side was so up and down and sporadic. It was interesting because like Wortham, they do the Wildcat, they get a penalty and they move them back and they run the same play basically to do that. Like I just don't understand. I understand that, hey, our stuff is better than your stuff, but man alive, I just did not get it. Like coming off of that Central Washington game and how they used everybody, and then it was I know it's a better opponent, and I know that their defensive line is really good. Really good. I think their defensive line and their defensive ends are they're going to have a great year. But man, I just thought it was just weird. It was
almost
weird
like
game.
we were too careful. Like they're like, we just got to be, can't put too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
but then at the end they went, F it, we're going for
it. Exactly. So it was just like, what are we? Like, do we even know what we are? Like,
well, it's like
weird.
I almost think about it like at the end on the offense there when we went into like our 2-minute and stuff, and moving the ball. It almost made it, and they say we talk about this where you just play and you're not thinking about it.
Yeah, no, you're not in your head.
Yeah, there wasn't enough time for like and our guys to think about it. It was just what you're doing, go out there and play and just do it. Get it done.
When we went fast, the 2-minute drill, like it was a whole lot better. So I don't know, maybe that's what we do.
Well, that's what I wonder.
Moving forward.
I would hope as a coaching staff, because at times it almost felt like the O was just like we just couldn't get it going and they weren't excited almost. I mean, not that they weren't excited, but just like it was like this lull. And so, like, I think as a coaching staff, if you see that at all, like, okay,
you got to
let's get them rolling. Let's just go ahead and run our 2-minute offense right now and just go and get them rolling and get that momentum. And I loved how Tripp talked about that on the broadcast. Yep. He talked about that momentum and how it's a tricky thing and how it can switch like that. And it's just so right.
And it did.
It did big time. And we didn't talk about this last week, but let me pause real quick. Jordan Tripp is doing a great job. And I'm sorry, I don't know I can't remember the other guy's name, but both of them.
His name's Reynolds, isn't it?
As the color, as the main commentary guy, like he's doing great. Like both of them know the names. Yeah. They know what's going on. It's not just like this. I mean, I loved Marty, but the other guy was terrible.
Yeah, I love Marty. I miss that aspect, but it is a more professional broadcast.
Yeah, it feels like something from ESPN almost, rather than
yeah.
Like
so
bringing it. sort of thing.
He's doing really well, and I think he's only going to get better because I don't think he was doing this as his
I don't think
job,
so
was
either.
he?
And you can already tell from last week to this week that they're doing better and stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to continue, and it's been pleasant.
Yeah.
And I just love the breakdowns and like Tripp, he's calling out coverages and stuff on the defense, and it's just like it's really refreshing. So
it is.
Yeah.
So let's get into the defensive side of the ball because actually before that I gotta talk about number 37, Clay Oven. That hit on that punt return. Oh my goodness. I jumped out of my couch and started jumping like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm surprised that guy got up.
Laying the wood. And that was textbook.
It was.
At his head to the right, so there was no targeting or anything, and just laid him out.
Laid him out.
He's just showing, like, he's already embodying the 37. Like, I know he's not playing all the time, but when that kid's out there, he is given everything he's got and playing with reckless abandonment. Like, that was, I was fired up too. Like, it's just,
I was really excited, and our linebackers really played really well.
I thought they played
this game
really well this game.
Torbert was, I guess, the defensive player of the game.
Yeah, he was.
Which I thought I would have given it to Loud, but that's just me.
So the reason they did is Torbert had 9 tackles and a pass breakup. So that's
but Loud had basically took half the field away.
So he did, and I tell you, let's talk about Loud for a second.
And I love him because he is so just like dog mentality this year.
God. He plays with some swagger.
Like when he got that unsportsmanlike conduct, I was like, oh, you're going to have to run up to the M tomorrow.
It was interesting because when he stood over Kaminsky, I went, oh, crap, they're going to throw the flag. And my wife's like, you really think that's coming? He's standing over him. I'm sure he's telling him.
I'm pretty sure he kind of pushed his head down too, but that's just me.
And he stood over him and was telling him like, hey, but that was he should have done that, and you got to be a little smarter. But at the same time, sometimes it brings that swagger to the rest of the team too. It's that, like you said, that dog mentality that, hey, us against the world, and you're not gonna intimidate us at all. Like that's what that's showing. But make sure when you do that, it's not like, hey, it was just unfortunate that point of the game. It's like
his stat line, and this is just why I'm trying to go into linebackers, but then I got
it's all right. Let's talk about Loud, man.
But Loud, one QB hurry, which he came out of the his position and went towards the quarterback, which he hit him. 2 pass breakups, 1 tackle for loss, 6 overall tackles, and he assisted 2 other tackles. He was the lockdown wide receiver or cornerback for the wide receivers because they were going after Lawler a lot.
Oh yeah.
They singled him out.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a worry with me because they had Prince Ford in there as well.
Prince had a nice pass breakup too.
He did. So I'm just wondering, is that just a bad game with Lawler? Is that something that we need to be more careful of? But they saw something and they were really targeting Lawler.
I think part of the reason they were targeting Lawler is I think they knew, we saw that from the previous game, that Loud can shut down half the field.
Yeah.
I mean, almost like Tremaine used to. It's just he's getting to that where he's right there with them, and people can bitch all they want about that last play. From like, if you look from the ref's position, you can't see. All you see is him reach around towards the ball and slap the ball.
Well, and they were letting that the whole game though.
Yeah, they were
letting hand stuff go all game.
Because there was what's his face Blewett.
Yeah.
There was one play where Blewett grabbed the back of Davis's jersey and pulled him like this.
Yep.
And so they were letting them hand fight and them play, and it was a very physical, and it felt like playoff football, and they let it go. But I mean, like you said, Loud is just when he had that, him rocking out and him doing it was just.
Yep.
I really thought that he was going to get out. to your point, defensive player of the game. I was like, they're going to give this to Loud, is what I thought too.
Well, yeah, and I think Elijah he deserved it, right?
Oh yeah, I'm not saying Tolbert didn't deserve it. That's he was right there. I think you could have had I mean, it was just those guys were playing their tails off.
Yeah.
So
if you look at the linebackers, you got Elijah Tolbert with 9 total tackles, 1 breakup. You move down here, Peyton Wing. You've got 6 total tackles, an interception that was, I believe, helped by, wasn't it Oluski that hit him?
Yeah.
Or was it Boyd that hit him?
Let's see here. Or was it? No, I know. I was thinking about Wing's interception.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking is who hit Kaminsky to get that? I thought it was.
I think it was Boyd.
It was Boyd.
It was one of the two. I cannot remember.
Okay, and then Oluski had 5 tackles. I just think that those 3 guys, the linebacker crew, is starting to turn and just be great.
Well,
and then you got Leonard there. You've got Tuliaupupu.
Tuliaupupu. Did you see what they did with him?
They brought him off the edge, didn't they?
Yeah, they were. So he's such a big dude.
Yeah.
We ran 4-man front a bunch, and they're playing him as an edge rusher is what they played him as. Because there was times, because of his size, they were running stunts on the inside, and all of a sudden he was in the center of the line and actually running a stunt right up the center there.
Yeah.
He's just going to keep getting better, and we're going to see him blowing. I mean, he's really helping with that run game and stuff right now.
He is.
But man, Wing, that guy reads the play so fast and moves so quickly. I mean, he turns his hip and goes.
Yeah.
Almost sometimes faster. And it's like, holy cow, it's just he's there. And
the afterburners on that guy is just amazing when it just like hits boom.
Yeah.
So those are the
exciting. Like especially earlier you were talking about the yards. Both teams now in the second half, after adjustments, our defense is shutting people down.
Yep.
That's the big difference.
Yeah.
Right now, from last year to this year.
Yep.
The defense is making those adjustments, and they're being able to shut people down in the second half, where last year it was almost like we were tired or we couldn't shut people. And look at the Weber game. Holy Christ.
Yeah.
When we just let them score, or for instance, the UND game last year when we were way ahead and they just let them back into it.
Yep.
This year it's the opposite. It feels like, okay, we make the adjustments and those guys come out and they're just like, not another yard. Like, this is it. We're going to hold,
So and I think that we've probably played maybe a half if for the 2 halves for the defense. If you play a whole half, I think that's going to be what we're working towards. But one thing I wanted to kind of bring up to you, Luke, is only having 1 sack through 2 games. Is that leery? Should we be worried about that?
No, I don't think so.
Because we are getting pressure on the quarterback. Probably not as much as that 2023 year.
Well, and here's the reason why I say this too. The last 2 quarterbacks we played against, excuse me, apologize. We're both running quarterbacks, right?
Yep.
Both Kaminsky and then is it Tolbert or
Kaminsky and
Central Washington.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
So both of them are running quarterbacks, really good at getting out of pressure and sacks. Yep. And a lot of times too, if you watch, those guys are getting smoked as they're throwing the ball, getting the ball out. So we are right there. It's not that we're not. I would be worried if we weren't getting pressure on them at all. We're getting pressure on them, and we're getting there. Both of these guys were darn good at getting the damn ball out, or leaving the pocket. And the thing is there was many throws too. You saw in this last game where Kaminsky had guys open, but we were getting pressure on him, and he couldn't make the throw right, and he missed the throw.
Yep.
There was quite a few of those. And so we're close. We're just not there yet. And some of that's going to be, again, our sack leader was generally our linebacker, like O'Connell and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's where I think when I talk about Tuliaupupu, like he's running that edge rushing position. As soon as he starts getting through there, we're going to see that. And then we're also going to start seeing sacks, I think, from Peyton Wing, Tolbert, as we're running some of these blitzes and stuff.
Yeah,
and if we get more of your traditional pocket passing quarterback, that's where we're going to see these. Both of these last two quarterbacks were very run-heavy quarterbacks, more so than most. And that's why I think that we weren't seeing all these sacks and stuff. But it's not a big concern for me right now.
I don't think you're going to see that this week as well. So, but yeah, the defense, I'm very optimistic about this defense.
Yeah, me too.
I think you can see it kind of coming together. I think that the defensive line played a whole lot better than they did last game. I think if you had to say offensive line or defensive line, that's kind of what we said in the podcast before this one that we needed to look at. And the defensive line played a whole lot better, way better than the offensive line. I think.
They made massive improvements. Some of the spots where they need to work on are some of those stunts that they're running. There was times when they were running into each other a little bit or getting caught up in the wash. Now there was other times though we stunted away from the damn run, and that happens.
Yeah.
Like it just sometimes that happens, and I was just like, oh, you just wrong play got called.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was watching, and number 56 on our team had a hell of a move on some of these tackles, and I was like, okay, who the hell is this kid? Well, that's Peck.
Oh yeah, Hunter.
And I didn't know who was his name yet because I was just like, okay, I got to learn your name real quick because he's improving game to game.
Yeah.
He's getting on half the man. He's got a hell of a swim move too, by the way.
Yep.
And so I was like, I got to learn this kid's name, and sure enough, it was. I was surprised, like, oh, that's Pack. He's 56 because we got so many new guys on defense. So I don't know yet the numbers, and I'm getting to know them, and it's like, but that's always a good way for me. I always like, hey, if you want me to learn your name, do something big, and I'll make sure I learn your name. And that was
exactly
this week. It was Peck for me. I was like, okay, I know who you are now. So I think they're going to continue to improve. I think that they've made more progress than our offensive line already.
Yes. Yep.
In the last 2 games. And so hopefully we continue to see progress from the defense, but see a big jump this next week on the offensive line. That's really where I'm looking for. I think on offense, that's the big area that we need the most improvement is the offensive line play.
Yeah, I totally agree. Totally agree.
This week. So,
and I think we've touched on this. I think that, this probably was a coming out party for 2 people on our team with Brooks Davis and Ayat.
Yeah.
I want this to continue going into next week. So,
well, and Ayat, I think it really was that, like, you saw him take command, take charge, be that leader, and make some throws right at the end there that, like, you got to have some huge cojones. And he was like, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah.
I got him, brother. You know, and took care of it. So, I mean, it was awesome. And you saw too, like, his confidence. If you watch the presser after the game, like, it was there. Like, he is becoming that leader on offense that we want to take charge. It feels like.
Yeah. Yep.
So, yeah, we kept saying it, like, and I know actually because I listened to all the other pods, they've been saying it too. Like, watch out for Davis because we knew he had a big camp and stuff. And this is just the beginning, everybody. Like,
it is.
There's so much. There's so much potential. On our whole team here, and it's just to see them have the resilience to pull this off. Just I think shows us that, man, the sky's the limit.
It is. So, moving on. Any last words until we get to our new opponent this week?
Just for me is excitement, like the fact that we pulled this off, and it was the FCS game of the week, 2 ranked opponents. I personally felt that UND was underranked at 16 last week.
Totally. They should have probably been at least 11 or 10.
Like, I was thinking like 10.
Yeah.
And they have one heck of a football team over there, and that coach over there, he's new too. They're going to get it together. In fact, you hear Bobby say he thinks that they're the second best team out there in the Missouri Valley, and they very well could be. Like, I believe that they have the Jacks in Grand Forks and the Bison in Grand Forks, which could be very interesting. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on these guys all season because that's a hell of a football team they have over there.
Well, and we're going to want this team to continue to do well as well for us, to help us.
we need to root for them to keep winning for the rest of the season because that helps
Exactly.
us really good. Because this is a good win for us already. It's a ranked win. We want to keep them staying ranked for when it comes playoff time.
Exactly.
We show that. And by the way, a lot of us like to hate on Craig Haley. He put out his top 7 or 8 or something like that. He had the Griz at 5, which he didn't even have us in there last week.
So and he did pick us to win the game, but
Sam Herder did not. He actually had the same score I had of 28-24, but he had the UND Fighting Hawks winning.
And so did the other guy. He didn't have us winning either. So, let's talk about before we go into the next game. I texted you this today. So
yeah, and I wanted to talk about it here. We were like, I want to talk about it on the pod. So
yes. So I texted Luke today and was like, okay, so what do you think is going to happen in the rankings? Now, you can say, well, the rankings don't matter. No, they don't matter, but they do matter.
They do matter for seeding and all that.
For seeding and everything. So right now we're ranked 5th. We'll get the rankings tomorrow, I believe. Your opinion, my opinion is this. I think that people are going to look at that ranking of UND and say 16. They only won by 1 point to the number 16th team. I think they're going to move us back a couple. I think they're going to move us back to either 6 or 7. Just because of the optics and because everybody hates Montana. I think the voters will do that because there's so many voters out there that are so demonstrative about Montana. I think that's going to happen.
Then who takes the spot in 6 and 7?
Okay, so do you have that pulled up?
I'm looking. I was trying to find it real quick. So here's why I don't think so. I think we're going to stay right at 5. I don't think we're going to move at all because I think UND was underranked before. I think you're going to see UND, even though they lost to us, move up a little bit from 16. I could see them as like 12 or 13 because the game was so close. And here's the other reason too. Vegas only had us favored by 2.5. They usually give you 3 points for being at home automatically. Okay. And the fact that the team showed the resilience, that championship mindset to come back and win that game when they were down and it was so skewed. I think that's another reason they stay at 5. And then my last reason is Craig Haley. Usually he's one of our biggest haters that will always put us way down on the list. And he has us at 5 on his voting this week. So that right there, to me, I'm like, I don't think we're going to move at all. I think we're going to stay right where we're at in that 5th position. And we'll see where everybody else goes. Why can't I not find this?
They have, I've got here, they've got Rhode Island at number 6. They're 2-0. Illinois State 1-1. Idaho at 1-1. UC Davis at 1-1 at 9. And then Lehigh at 2-0. Let's see who those. I wish they had like how they fared on this.
Okay, so Rhode Island's 3-0 right now.
3-0? Okay.
Tarleton State. So right now they got North Dakota State. This is the coaches poll though.
Okay.
But still, so even then it was like you got North Dakota State, South Dakota State, Tarleton, and then the Cats, and then I think you're going to have us at 5th.
Okay.
And you got Davis, Rhode Island is right there. I think they'll be at 6th. Villanova played well, but they lost. I don't see Lehigh. Southern Illinois, they're making a lot of noise.
Yeah, but they're 17th though. Yeah. Illinois State is high.
Oh, Illinois State, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, Illinois State. So Illinois State. I think so. That's the only one that could maybe, but they're 2-1. I don't know. I think we're going to be right at 5. I think it's going to go Bison, Jacks, Tarleton, Montana State, us.
Okay.
That's what I think.
I just think that, and that's just me, just thinking that the haters out there, but that's just me.
Well, again, part of me is if Craig Haley would have left, we were off his list last week. I think he had his 10, put us at 5th. So
really, yeah,
that's where I'm like, hey, because a lot of them don't watch the game. They see, or they see that we pulled it off, and there's a lot of Craig Haley.
Well, that's what I'm worried about is that they don't watch the game and see the resiliency, and they say, well, they just go to the box score and just say, Montana. Yeah, you're 1-1. So,
I don't think so, man. I think
okay.
We'll find out tomorrow.
We will find out tomorrow.
I hope you're way wrong.
I hope I'm wrong too. So let's go into our next opponent, guys. The Indiana State Sycamores out of Terre Haute, Indiana. Terre Haute or Terre Haute?
Terre Haute.
Okay, Terre Haute. I like Terre Haute better though. Anyways,
home of Larry Bird, man.
Exactly, man. Exactly. They are 2-1. Their first game was McKendree. I believe that's a Division II team. They beat 41-24. They then played I think it's a SoCon team, I think. Eastern Illinois. Is that a SoCon team? I have no clue. But they beat Eastern Illinois 38-14.
They're in the Ohio Valley Conference.
Ohio Valley, okay. And then this week they played Indiana and just got sloshed 73-0.
Well, Indiana's really good. The Hoosiers are not the old Indiana.
No.
We saw that last year. They're very good.
So the interesting thing about I watched the Eastern Illinois game against Indiana State. Their starting quarterback got hit pretty hard and was out of the game.
Wolf or LaCroix?
Owens. Elijah Owens was their quarterback.
Sorry, I was looking at Eastern Illinois.
Yeah, so he was their dual threat quarterback.
Okay.
Had a pretty nice arm. They did a lot of RPO. And so when they left, they did the Patterson, which he was transfer Keegan Patterson, a transfer out of USC.
Okay.
Number 15.
Well,
he did okay.
I wonder if our guy Jensen knows him then.
You never know. He against the Indiana game, he was 8 of 16 for 13 yards.
Oh boy, because against Eastern Illinois he played well. He was 11 for 17 for 111 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So not that Eastern Illinois is like this great FCS team, but it's like still he played decent.
Exactly. They did have their wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner. His name is Rashad Rochelle. He is number 8, guys. This is a guy that you're going to want to look at and keep your eyes on. He is pretty good. He is one of those guys where if they need a play, they're going to him. He's got some really good sure hands, and he's very quick and elusive. And so definitely keep your eye out on him. He's also a very good athlete. So don't be surprised if they run him out of the Wildcat, kind of like what we do with Wortham. He's able to throw the ball as well.
I see that he both kick and punt returns for him.
Yes. Yeah. And he's very quick, very quick. They're running back
1 for 23 against Illinois. Yeah. So they kind of, he is. It sounds like he's totally like a Wortham person.
Yeah, totally is. Their rushing capabilities, they have Lawrence. I think it's Lawrence Ples Lawrence, 5'9", 200. He had 133 yards against McKendree. He only had 10 yards against Eastern Illinois and
10 carries for 10 yards.
Yeah.
Against Eastern Illinois.
Yep.
That's strange.
So, well, the only thing is that their quarterback runs it a lot.
I see that even Patterson, when he came in, he was 5 for 78.
Yeah. So
9 for 50. So another running quarterback.
Expect both quarterbacks. I don't know what the Elijah Owens or Keegan, you're going to see some runnings that you're going to have. And so definitely look out for that. Their defense is a 4-3. They like to get pressure they don't like to bring a lot of pressure because they want to get pressure with the 4 so they can have their guys drop back. I just thought, just looking at it, their linebackers are really slow.
Like Eastern Illinois, their running back had 86 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Against them.
I don't think this is going to be a very good. It's not going to be a game. They have a new OC that they have there. They're very RPO oriented. I just don't know. Their quarterback situation kind of alarms me because you look at their quarterback and their best quarterback is hurt. And if you look at the redshirt junior Keegan Patterson against Indiana, he had 6 attempts and he had negative 16 yards. I know it's Indiana, but man, they're going to have a hard time moving the ball. Their defense. Like
they brought in a Riddle too, and he had
Brock Riddle, a redshirt freshman. He went 3 for 4 with 25 yards, 1 attempt, and negative 6 yards rushing.
Okay, let's look.
6'2", 205.
I think they're a good game when they scored 41 points.
Yeah. Against the Division II.
Not a very good, not like a ranked Division II like we played.
No.
McKendree, whoever that is. Owens was the only quarterback, but he had 250 yards of passing.
Exactly.
Rochelle still only 48 yards of receiving.
Yep.
Lawrence was their big guy that game. They had the touchdown at 92 yards. But Rochelle had a ton. Oh my God, he had 108 yards of kick return that game.
Yeah. And so the running back position they kind of have by committee too. They have another one, Nick Osho. He's number 9. He's 6'2". He's their bigger back, 6'2", 220.
Gotcha.
He had about 28-38 against McKendree in Eastern Illinois. He only had 2 against Indiana. I just think I just don't know how they're going to produce anything without us just catastrophically just like bursting into flames.
This should be again especially coming off the UND game.
Yeah,
like I feel like our team has something to prove. Because we came back and showed resilience, and now it's like, let's go out and show how we can keep this thing rolling. Keep the momentum going and stuff, and just go out and piss pound these guys at home. Like that's what needs to happen.
That one thing also, guys, is they like to throw it out. Sorry, gosh, I can't talk. Throw it out to their running backs. So don't be surprised if their running backs goes out into the flat and they throw it to them as well. They did a lot of that with Eastern Illinois. And so make sure that we're aware of that as well. But that's all the notes that I really took on it, because it was Indiana State and they just haven't been very good. And I know they're in Missouri Valley, right? But they're
at the bottom of the Missouri Valley.
They're at the bottom of the Missouri Valley, and even then, it's like I don't know.
I generally think of basketball when we think of Indiana State and Terre Haute.
Definitely.
Which I'll admit, it's Sunday, and I told Adam before, I was like, dude, I didn't have time to watch any film on these guys.
It's okay.
I feel like I'm letting the viewers down. He's like, I watched. I was like, I was wanting to watch a replay of our game. I was more excited to rewatch that and evaluate our players and stuff. And so either way, they'll have film. They're gonna, this is a game that we should, if we are who we say we are, we're the 5th ranked team like we were just talking about in the nation, we should be able to handle these guys no problem. So
I think that's what we're gonna do. I think I expect to
see everybody playing this weekend. Like
I would think so, just to be able to rest some guys too.
Well, we want to come out in
the
first half, and then in the third quarter, you're going to see us. And if we can get a big enough lead, then you start bringing in your younger guys and getting them playing time. Because Bobby always talks about this too, how valuable college snaps are, getting that college playing time. And so, especially going into the Idaho game the week after that, it's like it's going to be key to make sure people are healthy and stuff, because that's going to be another huge game for us.
Definitely. And it's after this next week, we have 2 night games.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I was actually, after this last game, I was going to drive to Missoula and go to the Idaho game. I was looking at my calendar. I was like, hey, I don't have anything as a night game. I was like, I'm going to go. So, and it was just my wife and I were going with our daughter. I was like, you can come too if you want. So she was deciding. And then we found out that it's homecoming for her high school. And we have the homecoming dance and like all that. And I was like, oh, shoot. It's senior year. So I'm like, dang. So I'm going to watch it on TV. I'm not going to go. It was happening. I was about to, right when that we figured that she had, it was homecoming. I was like, about to book the hotel. I was like, oh, I'm gonna hold off on that then and wait. So
that would be an awesome one to go to.
Oh, I know, because it was
ESPN
like now,
2.
I think what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna try to. So if you're in the area and you listen to the pod, I'm gonna try to put together some kind of like tailgate party that night or watch party here in Rapid City for a bunch of us. I know quite a few Griz fans around here and everybody get together at like the Skybox or something and watch this thing.
There you go. Cool. Yeah. Cool. Well, you ready for maybe some predictions?
Yeah, I was like, let's pick the Big Sky. Okay. So last week, I got it up here on my other laptop real quick here. So last week, we had the same picks last week. So we went 9-9. The only one we were wrong on was Weaver beat McNeese.
That's crazy. About 1 point.
Yeah, I was surprised about that. So, and Sac State, like we said, they acted like they didn't want to play it.
Oh my gosh.
And then, ended up pulling it off. So
they're so weird. Like,
yeah. So it was
to think that they don't have a schedule next year. They don't have anybody.
That's so weird. Well, and even like, so I listened to, and if you don't, everybody listen and stuff. If you want to listen to the pregame show, if you get the Varsity Network,
it's free app. It's free app.
Free app. You can listen to the pre and post game shows, which I always do. And so after I got done working out on Saturday, I was listening to that. I was like making food for the wife and daughter, and Haslam came on there and he talked about that. Really? Because Sac State did this, and some of the changes, you know how we're adding Utah Tech and Southern Utah, he's like, there's going to be changes to next year's schedules for everybody in the Big Sky. He goes, we know that's going to happen. That's going to be coming because of this stuff, because of that. So even though we try to put these schedules out years in, like 3 years in advance, because you never know what's going to happen. Like this happened, there's going to be some changes and stuff. So expect those changes here, like next year, or we'll probably see it in the spring, I guess.
Well, because next year I think that the 2 incoming teams will play 8 games, and then all the rest of them will play 9 games.
Play 9 games
because of just the offset of the teams. But I don't know how you decide who gets to play 8 and who gets to play 9. But I know that for the first couple of years, that the newbies will have to do that. I think it should be relegatory, like in soccer, how they push the teams that aren't doing well down.
Yeah,
I think that's what should happen. Is the 2 worst teams get 2 less, the less games.
There's a lot of people that have talked about that with like FBS and FCS, that like you do that where like the bottom 4 teams in the FBS get kicked out and they bring the top 4 teams in the FCS up.
That would be cool.
The wild thing is there's such a difference from the bottom 4 of the FCS and the top.
Yeah.
It would be like, whoa, crap. They're like halfway in the pack here. Like, so, and then, the wild thing, as you were talking about that, I was thinking, we think like, oh, there's probably some big thing that they do. There's a chance too that they just flip a damn coin. Like, remember that a few years ago with the playoff thing? They flipped the coin, and that was it was like, oh my,
deciding factor.
That's how we're deciding. Yeah, it's wild. So, all right, you ready to pick some games, man?
Let's go.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna save Indiana State versus Montana to last. So first game I want you to pick is Mercyhurst versus Montana State.
Oh my gosh, the neighbors.
Yeah,
they got Mercyhurst, and they've got San Diego and Mercyhurst. Wow.
Yeah, and they were the ones complaining that we had the
easy schedule. My goodness.
It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Next game, Idaho versus San Jose State.
Ooh. Where's it at?
San Jose State.
Do you know what? Well, I want to look at San Jose State's record.
I know they played someone here. I'll look real quick. So they played Texas and lost 38-7, and then they lost to Central Michigan 14-16.
I'm gonna say San Jose State.
That's what I picked too.
Yeah.
I just think, especially them being home and stuff.
Yeah.
And they actually played decent against Texas for a little while. So, yeah, I also picked.
Yeah.
All right, next game. Incarnate Word versus Northern Arizona. It's at Northern Arizona.
Oh, I'm saying Northern Arizona.
Me too. Now,
I think I'm a closet and Northern Arizona fan because I just think their team could be so good, and I want to be right this year because they're so. I was pro Northern Arizona that they're going to be one of the top 3 teams, or could be. So I'm rooting them on, but
and
I think we don't have to play them.
You got Incarnate Word coming from San Antonio, going up to the Flagstaff, which is way the hell up there.
High elevation, yep.
And again, Incarnate Word is not who everybody thought they were. Like they
are falling fast.
So I agree. I have NAU beating them.
Yeah.
Next game, Lincoln that doesn't even have a.
That's a Division II.
Yeah, they don't even have a freaking mascot or anything on the page versus Idaho State.
Idaho State.
Yep, I agree. We're still in these non-conference, games now. Northern Colorado versus Houston Christian.
Northern Colorado probably should have won that South Dakota game.
They should.
The last 2 weeks, I felt really bad for them. Like they get screwed out of the Colorado State game that they should have won. That was BS.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
The offensive pass interference or whatever it was, and then they lose in overtime to the Coyotes. Which how have they fallen?
Oh, I know, right? Yeah.
Sorry. What was it again? It was
Northern Colorado versus Houston Christian.
Is it in Houston?
Yes.
I'll say Houston Christian.
Okay. I actually took Northern Colorado.
Well, let me see. What's Houston?
You already said it, man.
What does Houston Christian football look like? I don't even know.
I don't know either. I just was like, asked for another way Northern Colorado played. I was like, I'm taking them. So.
I want to change.
All right, you can change. I'll let you change.
They played Nebraska and got sloshed.
Oh, yeah. They got slaughtered.
They lost to Eastern Kentucky.
Yeah.
I'm saying Northern. I'm saying Northern Colorado.
Okay. You picked. I'm moving on. I took Northern Colorado too. Okay, so here's one I think that might be maybe a little more harder.
Okay.
Western Illinois goes to Eastern Washington. Western Illinois from the Missouri Valley.
Yeah. They're going to Eastern?
Yeah, they have to play at Eastern, though. 5:00 game. I'm
saying Eastern.
I did as well. We're probably going to have all the same picks.
They played 2 Big Ten teams right after the – that's hard. My gosh.
And then we've got Cal Poly going to Stephen F. Austin.
Stephen F. Austin.
Yep, I also took SFA.
Isn't that where what's-his-face is?
Yes.
Yeah, can't remember his name.
The quarterback from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Anyways, Butler versus Weber State.
Ooh, is it at Weber State?
In Weber.
It's in Weber? I'll say Weber.
I will too. Butler's a basketball school.
Well, but they're not
bad.
They're not bad. And
I think Weber can take them at home.
Because they're what? No, they got beat by Northern Iowa. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
All right. Then we got Central Arkansas versus Sac State.
Is it at Sac State or Central Arkansas?
Sac State. Yep.
Ugh, I'll say Sac State. They have to win that game.
I also said Sac State.
What are they, 1-2 right now?
Yeah.
They have to win that game.
And this is actually a pretty interesting game here because it's Southern Utah versus UC Davis. Davis has been up and down. Southern Utah has been making some noise. Their games have been back and forth. So Anyway, Southern Utah at UC Davis.
Southern Utah at. Did UC Davis not play last week? Did they have a bye?
Let me look real quick.
Oh, yeah, they had a bye.
Yeah, they did.
I will say UC Davis.
I also said Davis.
They got sloshed by Washington. My gosh, 70-0 or 70-10. Ugh.
Yeah.
Youch.
And finally, I know who you're picking already, but the Griz take on Indiana State from Terre Haute. And I need a score. And then I'll tell you my score, and I'll tell you what the verses said.
Okay, so I'm going to say Griz. Yeah, and I'm going to say...
I already wrote that in for you. I was like, you're picking the Griz.
Yes, I am. We are going to go 40.
Go ahead.
42-0.
Oh my God. Well, I hope you're right. I love that score. I absolutely love that score. I hope you're right.
I'm gonna do totally wrong, but I'm gonna say 42-0.
I love it, man. Like I wanted to put something like that down, but I was like, so here's where my mind went. I was like, get that damn fourth quarter late, or even in the first quarter, when they get some junk touchdown or something like that. And so So I have the Griz also. I have them winning 38-10.
Oh, I like that one better.
So we're close.
Okay.
I like it. 42-0. I hope that happens.
I'm just seeing them. They
see, and I didn't watch them, so this is purely off of just going. I looked at the scores and was just like, okay, here's what I think.
Coming up, like if they had their original quarterback, I think it would have been a little bit closer.
And I didn't know that either. And I think that maybe my points for the Griz are probably a little low because after I put my score in, here's what Versus came up with.
Okay.
Versus was closer to your score for the Griz, but closer to my score for Terre Haute.
Oh.
So Versus picks the Griz 40-14. So
that wouldn't be bad.
Last week they picked the Griz 34-32 and it was 24-23. I had 28-24. You had 34-28. So I think I win that one.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're doing the overall this year. Kind of like feels like I like it because it's kind of like how game day picks all the games. I like picking all the games for the conference. So right now though, because it's non-conference play and we're pretty much the same, we are tied at 29.
Nice.
Wins apiece. So,
nice. We should probably do like extra points for like the scores that we do for the Griz.
We can figure that out later. I thought maybe some tiebreakers or something like that, but so I got my little Excel sheet running and I got that all saved up.
That's awesome.
Go from there.
I love spreadsheets.
I do too. I use all the time for work, so
yeah.
Ooh, I got to make another one. So. But I know you put out earlier today questions. We actually got quite a few, and I'm trying. I got to look because there's my notifications are going off here as we were talking. I want to make sure that there aren't any extra ones.
We got some good ones from Griz here, and I think I had some coming in my phone as well. So
cool.
Before
we get into the questions, real quick,
yes,
just as a reminder for everybody. This weekend is Stripe the Stadium. So just look on any social media platform. You can figure out where it's at. Student section is maroon, and it goes from there. So 117 white, 116 maroon, 115 white, 14 maroon, and just goes back and forth. Last year, the fans killed it. It looked awesome.
It did.
It was so cool seeing that. So just if you go look anywhere you want online, it's all over different social media platforms. If you're not sure, message us. We'll message you. We got the picture saved. We'll message you the picture. But if you're on any type of social media at all, just check it out and you'll see whatever section you're in and what color you need to wear. But they killed it. Last year was the first time we did it, and Griz Nation killed it.
It was awesome.
So good. Yeah.
I'm gonna do my phone one first, just because I know that my phone is dying and I didn't want to. So Michael Kemper, a friend of mine, season ticket holder there. Our defense played really well the first half of the game, keeping us in the game. So he thinks that they played pretty well in the first half.
I agree. I think they did too. Yeah.
Yep. Although they only gave up one touchdown in the second half, they looked a little sloppy with a few missed tackles and some larger chunk yardage plays. Was that more in part of fatigue, or was it blown assignments or schematics from UND?
God, I thought we locked it down more in the second half. Personally,
I did too. Because if you look at the rushing yards, I think there were some blown assignments like that. That one that they did. And I wrote it down too. They did the exact same pass play that was called back for I think it was a hold or something like that. That Central Washington did on us.
Yeah,
I think that they got a couple big running plays as well. But I think overall, if you look at the numbers, I think you would say that they locked them down a little bit in the second half. They were out there. I don't believe the possession of the time because it just seemed like our defense was out there all the time.
I'm sure the stat is right, but it did feel like we were on the field all the damn time.
Yeah.
Like they were constantly out there. And I think part of maybe, what it is they were, unlike last week when they would just bleed the clock out too.
Yeah.
They were running plays faster. They were snapping that ball quick and stuff. And so they weren't bleeding it off as much as Central Washington was, North Dakota wasn't. But one thing I thought our defense did well, who I was worried about, was number 84, their tight end.
Yeah.
We did a good job shutting him down.
The whole game. We did too.
And again, we talked about no sacks, but we were getting pressure on Kaminsky where he wasn't able to step into the ball and making errant throws, and that helped us out a bunch too. So
I was looking at their if it has it on here, the play-by-play, if it has a breakdown of like their individual, like how long they had the like. So like the first play, UND, they had 3 plays and a punt.
Mm-hmm.
For second one, they had a UND, they had 3 plays and a punt. Their third series, they got a touchdown. Their fourth series, they got a touchdown. So that was the first half, or first quarter. Second quarter, they had the ball for a little over a minute and 44 seconds. They got 32 yards and a field goal. Second quarter, they had 9 plays and they turnover on downs, punt. That was half. Let's go to the third quarter. Sorry, guys. I'm just on a 1 minute 41 and a punt, 51 and a punt, 125 interception. And then at the end of the third, they had it for 424 and 10 plays, 75 for a touchdown.
That Peyton Wing interception was awesome. Like
it was.
Batted up and he just snatched that ball out of there and stuff. And he was so fired up. Like that guy plays with fire, man. It's awesome.
So I think if you go from the end of the third here, they got a touchdown, right? No, well, it says touchdown, but they did not get a touchdown.
Well, it got called back if you remember. Right?
Oh, they put drive starts. Yeah, they didn't clear that one. They put it on here, but they didn't change the score. Sorry.
Huh.
Sorry, that was weird.
Yeah, they cheated, remember?
Yeah. They cheated. I don't see it. I'm just looking at some of the drives. They had longer drives in that second half. Like 4 minutes there, 4 minutes there.
Yeah.
141 there, 1 minute there. I think they had longer drives. They had the ball, but they did not get the yardage.
No, they weren't getting the yardage, and we'd stop them. And
so,
yeah.
Sorry, I was just trying to break that down, but yeah, I totally agree with you. ENIC Montana. Is that Enoch, Montana? Sorry.
Are any you thought? Griz?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
It says, any thoughts on lack of game experience, as Bobby pointed out during his radio host post-game interview? Mm-hmm. lack of game experience. Well, I think we do. We have our whole defense is new.
Yeah, I mean, they're new. I mean, some of them have played in the past, but there's a lot of them when they're transferring down. It's usually because they're not getting the playing time, or
and then it's new in the system, so it is.
Yeah. I mean, you got guys like Peyton Wing's probably one of them that has the most playing experience because he played a ton for Portland State. But then you guys got, like the guy I keep talking about, Tuiapopu, that he was hurt forever for USC. That's why
exactly. Yep.
You
have Roush. You have Roush that's played a little bit, but then you've got Torbert. You've got Wing. You've got.
Well, like I said, Leonard. He's been with us forever, but he's been hurt.
Exactly.
Like he's finally out there playing and stuff. So that's why I think the fact that we pulled this win off, and that next week we can actually go and play a team like Indiana State, where we on paper should dominate them and do very well. It's just going to give even more in-game experience as we move down the season, and we keep seeing the improvement, and they should just keep getting better and better and better, which is what we want to see. Bobby and everybody says this, you should be playing your best football in November and December. So
he had 5 questions here.
Holy cow. All right.
So cool. Number 2, addressing the lack of false starts to this point of the year. Could the Griz media play the UND clip in the second half? Oh, it must have been like that. One of their linebackers or something like that said that the noise wouldn't have gotten to them.
Yeah.
But I think we got 1 this year. But I also think, guys, is that the fact that the quarterback has communication in with his coaches, that helps
the opposing team a lot.
And also, one thing I wasn't going to bring up, but I'm going to now that we have this question. It doesn't help when people leave at halftime and don't come back. There was drastically on TV. I could see it, like a couple thousand people less. And I asked some other people that were there, and they said right up before halftime, they had announced that there was lightning in the area. And so they said that some of the people didn't come back.
Right.
So I don't know if it was tailgating, if it was, hey, there's lightning, let's just go.
I know
watch it.
And some people didn't come back, but the diehards, if you look at the picture in our thing here,
oh yeah,
they're all there. Like it looks packed in there, and the thing I heard too was it was super loud. Like especially when this happened, they said it was super super loud. Our friend Brent, I saw him text on it too or tweet on it that there was people that left, but he said it was left with all the rowdies. It's kind of like some of those early playoff games when it's not packed, but it's louder than hell in there because it's all the crazy people that love the Griz so much that are still there yelling, not the people that are there for the social aspect. I think the people that left were probably the people that are like, yeah, I'm here just for the social part of it. Because you get that with any sport. People are there, they're not paying attention to the game, they're just there because it's something to do. Because I saw it in the stands too. If you watch the film, the TV broadcast, they panned to some people, and the play just happened. They're on their damn phones. It's like, are you kidding me? You paid the actions in front of you.
You paid money for that. Like, come on.
So,
number 3 on him. He said thoughts on questionable decision by UND to not run a play at the end of the third in the south end.
Oh, they just ran the clock out?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's because they were leading.
They were leading. I think that they were trying to kill the clock.
They're thinking just run the damn clock out. Like that was their mindset. I agree with him. I was like, I was hoping they'd run a play, and I was like, oh, they're going to run it out. Dang it, because it's just like they're trying to speed the game up to get it done to get the heck out of Dodge. So that makes sense to me. Yeah,
it made sense to me too. Yeah. His 4th question here: thoughts on Keon Loud's gameplay as a whole, the good and bad. Are we going to have any other quarterback step up in a big way? Is it needed? And I think we talked about this. I think that we talked about how we do need to have another quarterback step up. But
I think Lawler can be that other cornerback, possibly. And I mean, Prince Ford, he when he was in there, Spellum, I think Loud's helmet popped off, and that's when he came in, and they threw it right at him, and he did. I mean, they'll do that. I mean, that didn't surprise me. As soon as you get a new corner, go right at him and see if he's got anything. And he broke it up. So,
well, and I think he was hurt at one time too when he jammed his fingers or whatnot.
Yeah, and he also had cramps at one point. So that worries me. I'm like, man, get that kid some fluids.
Exactly.
But Loud is
also Elijah Brady too. We saw him in the Central Washington game where he broke up that pass and got that hit. Maybe another guy that we see, but I didn't see him last game.
A ton of him. But Loud's the real deal. The biggest thing there, they just gotta keep his emotions in check so that he doesn't get penalties. Because even after that breakup, I was worried they might throw it when he ran down the field and was careful.
Yeah.
I'm excited, but don't get it's like,
well, and did you see that when it was at Peyton Wing when they he intercepted that ball and he ran all the way down to the end zone and he jumped up and I'm like.
I was just like, don't chuck the ball in the stands. Don't chuck the ball in the stands. I think you can run down and celebrate with your team, but just don't.
I thought that they were going to get something there. I'm just like, wow.
If he would have dunked it over the goalpost or chucked it in the stands, then they would have got him. But I think just running, that was okay. But you could tell it was close because I watched the refs and they'll grab him and be like, hey, they'll warn you. And then if you do it again, boom, they're going to get you. So, yeah.
So his last question, it says, will the Griz have more or less than 406 total yards this week? It says last meeting in 2022. So he wants to know, are we going to have more than 406 yards? Because last meeting,
total?
Yeah, I think more.
I like how he picks 406.
Well,
Montana. I'm saying more too. We're going to have more than 406.
Well, I think in 2022, that's how many we had.
That's pretty cool.
Indiana.
That'd be cool if we had 406 total yards exactly for the state of Montana against Indiana State. But I'm going to say over on that for sure.
Yeah, because we beat them 49-14 in Terre Haute.
Yeah, Terre Haute.
I'm getting the final score here from ESPN. Total yards. We had total yards, 406 yards.
That's pretty cool.
I thought
he just made that up because it was Montana.
No, that's cool.
That is way cool.
Thanks. That's a good question.
Yeah. I think we get more, in my opinion.
Holy cow, we got a lot of questions here.
So
a lot of people ask more than one question.
Well, here's something for you. I just want to bring up.
Yes,
you gave me over under on oars on the depth chart, and you said you had the over. There was
there was none. I forgot to check that.
There was none. I said under, and I thought there might be one. There was none. So, now
that's interesting.
Bobby didn't put Wortham on there or Finoti, so
he didn't.
No, like I say, the first one this year, that depth chart was the closest to the truth I've ever seen Bobby do. From here on out, it's all deception and lies to try to trick your team. So.
That's awesome. Beware the D. North Dakota was in control of this game until they weren't. Was this more about the Griz resilience or a North Dakota collapse? I would say it was more about the Griz resilience factor.
I agree.
We just got some things going, and then North Dakota was like, "Oh crap! What do we need to do?" And they tried to get back into it, and they did a good job. But I think once we started getting going, our defense was playing well enough to win. It was just our offense.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't see them collapse at all. I think that it was resilience, and we stepped up to the challenge where they were just stayed at their same level.
Yep.
Where our guys stepped up to it. That's what it was. I don't think they let off or anything like that. So
no. He also asked, what would you say was the turning point of the comeback?
4th and 12. That was ballsy as hell. Like,
yeah,
when we converted that, everybody believed. Like, they were all like, "Oh, this is it." Like,
I think it was the first touchdown by Brooks.
Well, I mean, like,
do you mean like the whole game, the turning point?
You're in there. I say turning point, like, because before, like I said, with the whole, before we converted that 4th and 12, they gave a 95% chance to win. That's why I said we converted that. Right then, I was like, we're gonna win. Like that was it. I was like, we're gonna win. That's it. It's the guys that got it going. We're not losing this son of a buck.
And then he says most underrated play of the game. I would say it was that one.
Underrated
play of the game. Because everyone's going to see those touchdowns.
I'll tell you right now, the most underrated play of the game, we're not talking about it, was Morrison's field goal.
Oh, that's a good one. That is right.
He nailed that damn thing.
He nailed that one. And then we had
that's it. That might be the true point right there.
That is a good one.
Nailed that field goal.
Yeah, because we had to have it.
Yeah, we had to have it, and
we had to have it.
The hold was good, and he kicked the shit out of that ball. And I mean, or if you want to even go more like wild, turning point of the game when their guy missed their PAT.
Yeah. He also had a comment here. Any comment on the lack of fans coming back into the game after halftime? Usually the early season games, I feel like some fans are there for social experience and not necessarily for the game.
That's what we're just talking about.
What about your thoughts?
So drinking. It's so the people that really care about it are the same people that come to the first playoff game during Thanksgiving. If we have one Thanksgiving or those early playoff games when the stadium's not full, but it's rowdy. Yeah. So.
He also asked, I noticed that North Dakota plays the Dakota schools at home later this year. Mm-hmm. What do you think their record will be in those two games? I think they're 1-1.
I agree, 1-1.
Yeah, I think they're going to get one of them. Now,
I think they're going to lose to the Bison, but I think the Jacks.
I think the same thing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and NDSU looks really good this year. They do. But
I haven't watched them, but according to the box scores, they're just killing people.
Annihilating people, yeah. Putter, last year, Montana snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, and this year snatched a victory from the what? Last year, Montana snatched defeat from the jaws of victory, and this year snatched victory from the jaws of defeat.
Yeah. He's referring to how we lost last year in the UND when we should have won.
Okay.
And this year we probably should have lost, and we won it. So
I will take that this year. With Bobby mentioning the lack of experience, do you feel Montana can stay with a 3-3-5 as this difficult scheme to learn and not wildly used? Having a lot of upperclassmen transfers not give them a lot of time to figure this out. So and then he has another question. We'll answer that one first. I don't think with the landscape of college football and how you're having to get people from the transfer portal to fill these holes, I don't think that the 3-3-5, you need people. The two most important areas are your cornerbacks, and then you have to have a nose tackle that can get that push. And we just
or at least hold the line there.
Exactly. And we just haven't had that. I don't think it's
I think Bailey and Ramos are doing a good job.
I do too. I think that they're doing, but up to the standards of what we were. I think it would be better if you just played an ordinary 4-3 or 3-4.
The wild thing is, though, so I would tell, I don't know if Putter's watching. I'm sure I think he goes all the games.
Yeah.
Rewatch the TV coverage because of this. Tripp played in this 3-3-5 defense, right? Like late and stuff. Yeah. And he knows the 3-3-5. He calls out every time. They're running a forefront again. They're running a forefront again.
Yeah, he is.
We're not constantly running the 3-3-5. We're changing it up and running a forefront and stuff, and running a 4-3 or 4-2 even. And we're just having that edge guy in a 2-point stance.
Yeah.
So we're not running the total 3-3-5 all the time. They're definitely mixing it up depending on situation. So, but they're not going to change. We're not going to just all of a sudden see us run for down linemen in the dirt like we used to. So
yeah. I don't know how long term it will be.
I think Bobby will run it as long as he's here. He's set on that defense, and it does. If you have really good linebackers, which we do this year, it can be beneficial there. Like again,
it can.
The Pat O'Connell, he was more of a defensive end than he was, a linebacker. It's like
just with the teams though that you're trying to go up against, though, big rushing teams, it tense and not.
We did a good job, but at the same time, we held them 60 yards or 50 yards of rushing the second half.
True. But like I'm talking more like SDSU, NSU, neighbors, like teams that are just gonna run it down your throat and run it down your throat.
Right.
I
think where Bobby comes from is 2 years ago we went to Frisco and we ran the same defense. Now, granted, we had Governor in the center. That makes
exactly
difference.
Yes.
But in his mind, he's like, it'll work if we just keep, it's like Novocaine. With a Denzel Davis, like Novocaine. Give it
just
a chance.
Let it in there. It'll work. Yeah. He also says, do you feel Montana's offense need to script quick hitting routes early on? Ayat has being sacked 8 times in the first 2 games will make him a walking zombie by the midpoint of the season. Seems that the routes take away too long to develop with our O-line struggling. Well, I think we talked about that. I think we said that the O-line needs to really develop a little bit more. Because if it continues this way, we need Ayat to be healthy.
His point too, when we started moving the balls when we were running our 2-minute offense. And so I think, yes, gain him some confidence running these quick routes and stuff and get the ball out faster too will give your O-line, they don't have to block near as long if it's just long developing pass plays. So I really like that whole, the 2-minute offense we're running. It was going well. So I'd like to see us run a little bit more of that hurry up, if you will.
Yeah. Griz in Texas. It says here, any thoughts on lack of game experience, which I think we kind of already talked about.
Yeah.
He has said before the game about, I think we already answered that one. Addressing the lack of false starts. I think we already answered that one.
Some of that too, I think, is like now, instead of going off of cadence, they're going off a clap. A lot of these teams, and they can do the, sort of thing, and that's much easier to hear because the defense they're not allowed to clap, and when you're out there, it's a roar from the crowd, but it's not, sort of thing. So.
Everett Griz wants to know why we don't drink beer during the pod like GFB. It's the Montana way.
Well, hey, if we were recording this like on Saturday, by God, I'd have beers.
Exactly.
But, I have to be up at like 6 tomorrow morning to run meetings at a company I work for. And I know not just sit in a meeting and listen, like I actually run the meetings, and so I can't be hungover for that. So
yeah, and I'm a school teacher, so I can't be like that.
That's why. Otherwise, crack the beers. Or I know our buddies in the GFP are getting in the hoot wine tonight, like that.
Oh gosh,
hoot wine's fun, but yeah, that's fun. So.
Grizinator says, how concerned are you about the unforced error penalties in the last couple of games in recent years? Too many late hit out of bounds and unsportsmanlike. I think a lot of those, like that one that the late hit, it's really hard.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So the late hit that they said that they called, he was running. He actually grabbed him to try to like he wasn't shoving. It was like he was trying to slow up, and he touched him, and he fell. I was like, come on. He didn't. That wasn't.
And with a running quarterback, it's hard to be able to know if they're going to turn it up and go and, on the sideline or go out of bounds.
Like, that wasn't like him being egregious. Now, what Leighlou did, I was like, stop it, turn around. Like, he'll get a talking to. He'll get a talking to. So.
And then I don't think there's been. I could be wrong. He said the last couple of years. There's been a few.
Bobby's gotten a few because he's trying to get the team fired up.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of it is just trying to get the defense, up and get in the game.
And I overlook that too. Like if it's just a bang bang or like you're coming through and crushing the quarterback, it's unfortunate. But if it all of a sudden gives your defense the juice and gets them fired up. Maybe you needed that. So
exactly.
The ones that Leighlou did though, you stand over the guy. I don't agree with that. Like
no, you can't do that.
It's a mistake. It's like don't do that.
Yeah.
So
that's all for Griz. You've got some over on the Twitter X.
Oh yeah, I do. We've got a few different things here that so I'm just making sure. Sometimes these come in as we're doing it because we posted it today. All right. Oh, what was that? Hang on. Okay. So a couple different things here. Something that last week and I threw up there was a picture of my flag outside, and we're seeing more of this. I love it. So Bridger Lord started this week. He goes, game day flag up in Boston. Let's go, Griz. So anyways, I'm going to throw that up every weekend.
That's awesome.
The game day flag. And I want to, as many people that listen to this, because we know, like, I think, Adam, you can see, like, all over the country, and we even get overseas and stuff.
Yep.
Because like Adam and I, we're not in Missoula. We wish we could be, but we're not. We're fans that get to watch it from afar and talk about it like the rest of you. And so if you're in the same situation where you want to be there, but you can't, but you're rocking your Griz colors out there, send them. So like Bridger Lord, Boston, he had his up.
Yep.
We got this one. So this is Airborne Commander over there. He didn't throw his flag up, but he's got his military appreciation. He's got his Airborne Ranger hat on, and then he's got his Montana whites on jersey.
That's awesome.
Thought that was awesome. Shane Bryson didn't say where he was coming from, but he posted his. He's got the Montana Grizzly flag and then a 37 flag in front of his house. Our buddy Shay's got from Calhoun, Georgia. His was like a Japanese version of Monty.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, I was like, he's like something different, but that was way cool. I was like, that was cool. And then M. Jones, Jonesy 1313, had Arizona Go Griz, had the same one I got, the Montana football one. So I challenge all Griz fans, like, hey,
let's do it.
Throw up your colors. Let's see them. I love seeing that. So, yeah, that was freaking awesome.
Love it.
All right, let's get into questions here. So we've got Mountain Man Packers at Mountain Man _Pack. He's got a few questions. He says, is the corner spot opposite Loud going to be a liability all year? It seems like maybe our biggest weak spot. I don't know if it's our biggest weak spot, but here's the thing. It's going to seem like that because they're going to target it because Loud's so good.
Yeah.
So whoever's over there, they're going to get the majority, I think, of the throws and stuff.
Well, and I just think that it's so drastically different with what you're seeing on that other side. It's going to really seem that way. And they're going to actually go after that person a whole lot more. So it's going to seem way more than what I think it is. But I would probably, what's that?
I was going to say, similar to us not throwing that number 22.
Yeah.
He was shutting down. We went away from it and just started throwing the left side of the field. It's like, get away from that. So,
yeah, I do think that it's something to watch. I think Lawler probably has some upside with that. And I think he'll probably get better as we go. But man, it's definitely something that we'll probably need.
I still think Prince Ford could do something. Like his brother was so good, Justin, and I mean, he had that good breakup. So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see.
I mean, it's definitely something that we need to work on. But I'm
definitely something that we need to actually get some guys in here too. I think next year for development too, because we're knock on wood. Keon Loud, if he has a year like he's having, man, we're going to be.
He might be gone.
He might be gone. So definitely start raising up that money.
Yeah. All right. So Mountain Man Packers got another question. He says, "Why don't we go no huddle more on offense?"
I think we mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah. They seem to get better in sync when they go fast, and I agree. That's what it sure felt like.
Yep.
So hopefully, we see a little bit more of that, or especially like I get you got your game plan and we want to establish some stuff, but if it's not working, let's go fast and see what happens.
Well, you can still go fast and run the ball.
Yeah.
Right. Like, so I think, just start doing that a little bit when we're not getting things going.
Yeah. So, all right. So we got a question from R. That's what he told me. This is the one where I'm like, R3 app. He's like, tell me R. I was like, all right, sounds good. So,
sorry about that, man.
I know. I was like, I know it means something, but I'm an idiot. So R, he said, no question. But he goes, I just want to give props to the defense for powering through that game. 38 minutes is a ton of time to be on the field. That's what he had, was 38. That's what he had. I don't know.
I'm going to ESPN then right now to see.
Yeah, he says 38. He said, and then he also says, I'm glad they're letting Ayat develop and play through the mistakes.
Amen.
Overall, a nail biter, but we showed real potential. I agree. That was resilience, and it did. We were talking. It felt like they were on the field all day. So
because I went off of like the Go Griz, but I'm headed this way. I'm trying to get it up here.
So, I mean, it felt like it was that. I think the previous game we were out there for 38 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But according to this, it was 30 and 29. Like, it was really close, according to the ones we looked at. Because ESPN said the same thing. That's what I was looking at.
Oh, you're looking at ESPN?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. So they had the same.
They
probably pulled the stats from our. I bet they pull it from Go Griz. So
from Go Griz, yeah.
All right. So next question is from It's Our Time at DirtyBird1121. He says, y'all think this has the chance to turn into a special season?
Yes,
I think so. So
yeah.
Here's what I'll say right away. If we lose that game, I'd have been freaking out and saying no. The fact that they showed the resilience to pull off that win, losing's easy, winning's hard.
Yep.
And they showed the resilience to come back and not give up and take it. And so it could be. I'm not going to get overzealous yet, but that was the first big one that you and I talked about. Was like, we got to get past Dakota.
Yep.
The next one's Idaho.
I just
beat Indiana State, but like as far as big games that were like could be 50-50 or anything like that, the next one's going to be the Idaho game. So,
I just think that this one is something that you can build off too.
Yes.
That like you can look at the end of the season and be like, where was the game where we got this ball rolling? Like where, like kind of like when in 2023 when we lost at Northern Arizona, that made it
gut check moment. Then,
yeah. I think this was. It didn't happen after the game; it happened in the game.
Yeah, we saw them rise up to the occasion.
Exactly, and I think you saw a lot of development from players that are young. I think that's only going to start happening a little bit more to different players, and I'm really optimistic, and I feel a whole lot better than what we did last year. So,
heck yeah, I agree. So. All right, this is Scooby. Checkmark goes here at Dave Dogs. Last 2 seasons, this offense appears to play better when they play fast. What is your all take on that? So we already talked about that. We agree. Yep. Just wanted to make sure, give a shout out to Scooby. So appreciate you listening, man. All right, let me get through here. I take screenshots of all these. So, we got some screenshots of the plays. All right, here we go. Scooby again. So this was interesting. So he just threw this at me. He goes, so Virginia Tech and UCLA fired their coaches after 3 games.
Oh, Virginia Tech did it too?
Yeah. Means players can still redshirt, and there's a 30-day transfer portal window that opens for their players, according to Reddit College Football. Now, slow up, though, because all of a sudden he shot me a thing here a little bit later because it popped up. Hang on here. Where did it go? There was something that popped up. Oh, I found it. Here he goes. So then this came up. The 30-day transfer portal window will be open for Virginia Tech and UCLA tomorrow. Neither played 4 games, meaning all players are eligible redshirt. And he goes, have a lot of questions on this. He goes, typically players who transfer mid-season would sit out the remainder of the remainder and would be eligible to play the next season. Same goes for multi-time transfers, etc. An interesting wrinkle is UCLA has yet to start class, though. So there's this question mark. No one's sure if they did transfer, if they'd be able to play this year or not.
UCLA hasn't started class?
That's what it says.
Wow.
If they haven't. That must be strange. So
wow, it's almost middle of September.
That's very strange. Here's what I think though. So in my opinion, I don't think you're going to see a bunch of people transfer. I think that you got your classes signed up. You're already, you're a team. Usually the opposite happens where in this case, you're already together. You went through 2 days. You're like, what? Let's stay together. Let's get through this. You might have a few transfer that like are lower down that you probably don't want anyways. I don't know. It's very interesting. This has never happened that I know of where you fire coaches in the middle of the season. This is like NFL stuff. So,
well, and it's interesting. I was just on ESPN kind of going through some of they have an article on who would possibly UCLA fires top candidates and players that they have to retain.
Yeah.
One of them, the key players that they have is Anthony Woods, running back. He played at Idaho.
Oh yeah.
Former running back there. So
who's giving him a call? Coach Eck.
Yeah.
Want to come over to Mexico?
Well, and didn't they just play him? Didn't New Mexico
it's
just
gonna be
play?
interesting.
New Mexico just play UCLA and beat them by 35-10. So,
yeah, that's not
so
good.
they know who they want to get from that team, anyways.
It'll be interesting to see if players do go and who stays. Like that's really interesting. Are we going to go after people? No, because here's the other thing too.
No.
There's the 115 roster piece.
Yeah,
and we opted in. So,
and we opted in those. We
had those registered players that
we can have. Yeah,
which we already did. So that I just don't see us being able to. The only way I can see like that happening is if you had like someone get injured or something. That's almost in the gray shirt or done for this season, and then maybe you could.
Or you look at their registered players.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah,
and then if they have registered players that are going to transfer, and you don't have to. Yeah. You don't have to put them on your. That's what a lot of schools are probably going to do is they're going to look for registered players.
Who's their registered players? Absolutely,
and go after them so it doesn't account for on their roster. So
that's a good point. Huh? That's quite the conundrum. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. So
yeah,
if you want to watch it, Reddit college football, they're talking all about it right now.
Huh.
So okay, all right, Shay. Again, he asked. This is at MT Griz 69. Want to know your opinion on the O line and D line? Is this talent scheme all of the above? I know ND has talented lines, but that was bad. I don't think our D line played that bad actually. Like there was a few times when they got pushed back, but there was a lot of times too that they couldn't run the ball either. Like if you watch the other games, I mean Portland State's one thing, but even Kansas State, it looked our defense played better against North Dakota than Kansas State did. Like 9 did get some runs and stuff, but we ended up stopping him. 20, who I was really worried about, we stopped him. And then the one who got a few runs, that blonde guy, 28 or whatever, the
Zyberth or whatever Zyberth.
He got a few, and then we figured it out and stopped him. So now
it was just mostly the quarterbacks that got a lot of the rushing yards.
I agree. And then we discussed the O-line already.
Yeah.
About that. So we'll move on. All right. He has another question. He goes, to be honest, what made me mad was our penalties and discipline. Absolutely have to clean that up.
Yeah, definitely.
It's mainly the loud thing where he's,
Yeah.
So, Bridger Lord, he had more of a comment. He says, not often do you get to be on the right side of one of these games.
Yeah.
UND had a 95.5% chance of winning with under 2 minutes left. Wow, I love being a Griz fan. Like, talk about the heart attack and oh my God, just wow.
Exactly right. It's definitely one that was the opposite of last year, where we were going in at 21 to 24-7. And
lose at 28-24.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lose at 20. It was at 27-24.
Yeah.
So definitely same kind of.
Yeah.
So
this is not a question again, but Adam Fowl, who comments a lot of our stuff on YouTube, he says, my cats are literally named Griz and Monty.
That's awesome.
And my daughters named them. He goes, funny because it's true. I think that's awesome. And so like my brother has a dog named Monty. And so I'm just curious, hit us up on Twitter or on YouTube or whatever.
Yeah.
I'd love to see pictures of your pets because I love dogs.
Oh, man, yeah.
And the if you got a dog named Griz or Monty or any, Dave Dickinson is your dog. I don't know. If you have animals that are named after Griz, or Griz related or something,
that would be awesome.
I'd love to see them. Send them our way.
Exactly. So, that's awesome.
Okay. Another one from Bridger Lord. He says the wait list for heart surgeons can be weeks to months. Should we just make appointments now, assuming Griz fans will be at risk of heart attacks this year?
I love that. That's awesome.
So here's what's fun. If you have an Apple Watch like I do, it tracks your heart rate.
Yeah.
Check it after the Griz game. You see your heart spikes and stuff like that. It's wild. Especially when you're yelling and screaming and running around and yeah, that's I love that comment. That's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Should
we is he saying also just for heartbreak? I don't think we're gonna.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think we're gonna have too much heartbreak. Not like last year.
No, I don't think it's heartbreak. I think it's just you're having a heart attack because your heart can't take the up and downs and the stress and the that's what I think. He's not necessarily heartbreak, just the stress that's putting on your heart and your blood pressure through the roof because of what's happening. All right, Zachary Lord at Ken Lord. He says a win like this really helps to build a team.
Yeah.
Lots of work to go, but there are heaps of potential. There are also signs of frustrations past. What are your top 3 frustrations and top 3 reasons for hope?
Well, I'm just thinking this game being game of the week. A lot of guys were there for recruiting, probably. I think it's something that we can build off of. So that's like 2. And I think development. We saw development. I think all those things are my 3 things that I'm taking away are positives. The 3 things that I'm leery about, that I'm worried about, is the offensive line and just trying to figure out that and the movement of where we're going to have that right side. I would also say, sometimes the play calling was kind of something that I'm kind of watching right now, just because it was so different with Central Washington and this one. And then probably I would say just targets, right? So you got to get your playmakers the ball. How are we going to do that? So it's kind of those are what I'm looking for. So
okay. I'll start with frustrations just to continue with yours. So my 3 frustrations are Coach Pease. Like, he just frustrates the shit out of me at times when he's running the ball right up the middle. It's not been working all because he's like,
exactly. That's what. Yeah.
No, we are
play calling.
Number 2, the right side of the offensive line.
Yep.
I also am frustrated with the whole let's rotate centers, especially when they're right and left-handed. Like that, I don't know. That's weird.
Well, and also, wouldn't you want someone that you've had experience with last year?
I mean, he and Klimzak plays a lot. Like, it's not. Anyways, it's just it's
weird.
It feels like the quarterback thing last year, but it's the center.
Yeah.
So those 2, and then number 3 is the loud thing. Like, it's like, okay, like the little over like taunting penalties and stuff like that's. I don't mind the playing too hard and like you're hitting hard and stuff like that penalties, but like,
yeah,
that's mental. So like the mental penalties, we just got to clean that up. That's one of my frustrations. Top 3 reasons for hope. The resilience this team showed, and we saw the growth of Ayat and Davis right there. Like I said, that I feel like we're going to see the second round 2 of Ayat and Patenko. So that one, the fact that this team is so new and they're just going to keep going up like this because of they're playing together. The more game time they get together and the more snaps they get, it's just going to be even better. And our defense.
Yeah.
2 games now, we see them bending, not breaking in the first half, I'll say, and then shutting it down in the second half.
Yep.
If they can get that to come together, holy cow, we could see them like. That's why I loved your score, 42-0. They could go on a run here of quarters where they're not letting them score.
Yep.
So I'm really, really,
Well, and with our schedule, like after the Idaho game, we're going to be favored in a lot of those. So,
yeah, it could be a heck of a year. So,
man,
I'm really excited. That is all of our questions from X.
Awesome.
I do want to give a shout out if you're watching on TV. Check out my new hat.
This awesome.
Is from up top. The side it says up top. Check out the other side. You got the Griz.
Oh, nice.
It's the old school colors. It's all in corduroy. I also got a new shirt. So if you're looking for some old school gear, up top's got a bunch of good stuff.
That's awesome.
Because there was a lot of us that thought, since they celebrated the 95 team, 30 plus guys came out, that they might be coming out in the copper and gold for this game, but it's looking like it's probably gonna be homecoming. If you look at the little squares, they have this party like it's 95, and I really thought might be today. And there was a lot of people in the stands wearing copper too and stuff. So, but as much as they're selling, it's going to happen. I feel like.
Oh yeah, it's got to.
This obviously not this weekend because it's the stripe out weekend. So
yeah.
So just remember,
hey, you never know with the way that they're doing things right now.
Damn good point, because
like
it's the blackout and we come out in whites. This military appreciation, and we don't even have the flag or anything else on there.
Yeah.
So who the
hell knows what we're gonna do? It might just be something that they just throw together. You never know.
Bobby might go, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Or who knows? They could do it during the Idaho game because it's the ESPN game. They want to show it on the TV. I don't know.
Oh man,
it doesn't make any damn sense this year.
No, it doesn't.
The good thing is we're winning, and we're just going to keep the thing rolling. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So, not to plug anything, but Homefield's got some cool things that are the
Homefield's good too. Yeah,
they've got a really cool.
Also, Shields is getting a bunch of stuff in, and they sell some Homefield stuff there too. So if you're in town, go to Shields, go to the bookstore.
Nice.
It's up top. I ordered this. So if you're like Adam and I, and you're not being able to be in Missoula all the time.
Yeah.
I went online, found these on Up Top. They got good deals on them, and I had them within the week. So and I'm wearing I wore my other shirt yesterday, my old school colors. So I got the maroon shirt on tonight. So
nice.
But there's lots of cool gear out there. I don't know. It could be a special season, and we're just at the beginning of it, man.
I feel like it's building. It's building.
It's building, and it's gonna be a fun season. That's for damn sure.
Well, it's gonna be a fun season, and we're thankful for you guys riding along with us. Thankful for you guys listening. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you get your podcast at. And also just remember, we love interacting with people. Definitely, like Luke said, show us your flags, show us your pets and your names. But also, if you have questions or if you disagree with us, definitely get us a hold of us. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter and Instagram at Fight on Montana. You can get us on the FCS Fans Nation Network YouTube channel as well, and you can comment below there. We'll comment on there. So anywhere you can find us, get us there.
Well, and if you don't want to post it out so everybody can see it, and you want to just argue a little bit, you can DM us.
Just DM us too.
Again, we said this last year. If you have questions on the game that you're like, I don't want to ask this because I feel embarrassed, ask us. We'll talk about anything.
If we won't say your name.
We're not going to say anything. And if it's just a question that you want to just talk with us about, we have a lot of that, just back and forth. So hit us up. Love it.
But as always, guys, remember to listen to the podcast, tell other people about the podcast. But until next week, go Griz.
Heck yeah, go Griz.